How important is avoiding litigation in dynasty estate planning?
Litigation in an estate is the nuclear option. The family blows up. Families will recover from terminal illness, they'll recover from substance abuse, they'll recover from business failures, they'll recover from the fights, little and big, but the family never recovers from litigation. When parents and children are suing each other, when brothers and sisters are suing each other, it is such a huge, tremendously destructive force that it should be avoided almost at any cost. I think that suing a brother or a sister or a child suing a parent should be ranked right up there with sending nuclear weapons to our political enemies or sticking the barrel of a gun down our throat and pulling the trigger. It should just be such a horrible, awful, absolutely repulsive thought that we would never do it. Now, tragically, there are lawyers out there and law firms that their business model, the way they make money, the way they operate their business is to incite families to sue each other. And they will bring litigation, and they will bludgeon the family to death, and they will make horrendous allegations, and they will try and expand the cost so that the family is spending lots of money on lots of different lawyers. And they do it to beat up all the family members so that they can get a little bigger piece of the pie. And even if they win, they lose. Now, does that happen? All the time. I at this very moment, have clients where their families are involved in litigation. So part of my approach, and this is, I guess, one of the unique things about the practice, my goal is to keep my clients and their children in perpetuity out of the courtroom. I believe that private solutions are far better than the intervention of the courts in solving family disputes. And so we have an agreement, for example, in all of our planning that I implement, whether it's business planning or with a trust or other estate planning. I have a process, it's called alternative dispute resolution is the technical term for it. The agreement we use is something called an integrity agreement, which is a staged alternative dispute resolution process so that it gets progressively more vigorous. It starts with communication. You're obligated to say, hey, this happened and I don't like it, what are we going to do about it? The next phase is negotiation, and there are some procedures, some rules to sit down and work it out between the parties. The phase after that is mediation, where an outsider is brought in and they can coach or counsel or mediate, help the parties, counsel them to come to a resolution. And then after that it goes to arbitration, which is like a trial, only it's private, faster, cheaper, and easier. And we make that compulsory. We put a big hammer on it. So if an individual says, no, I'm going to bring a lawsuit anyway, I don't care about that, they are automatically removed from the estate as a beneficiary, as a trustee. They just are not permitted to participate at all. And that big hammer is necessary because all the litigators out there who make a living by stirring up conflict and getting families to fight with each other will tell you that this alternative dispute procedure does not work, that it's not going to be effective, that it's going to cost more in the long run. And let me just be very plain. When litigators say that, they're lying. They're using you, they're exploiting you so that they can stir you up to anger, so they can charge more. And not all litigators say that, but those that do vigorously seek to avoid the alternative dispute process have a different agenda than solving the problem. Our agenda is to solve the problem. In real life, real families, even the best of families, have situations arise. There will be miscommunications. There will be misunderstandings. There will be people that get their feelings hurt. So let's acknowledge that that is going to happen, and let's adopt a process to deal with it in a healthy, positive, non-confrontational, inexpensive mechanism. So I think that if we do not save the family, it doesn't matter if we've protected the assets. We first have to save the family. Then protecting the assets is worth something. And something that destroys families faster than anything else is litigation. So to save the family, we got to get rid of the litigation.